Um, if you haven't met me, my name is Stephanie Ferrara. I'm the Empowered Creativity Coach. And as a Christ centered business coach, I help women in the early stages of their business who are wanting to build a thriving, healthy, God driven business. You're, you've been trying to do this for so long. You've been working on this. Maybe you just had the idea, but you've been so afraid to start because you didn't know where to start, or you have been trying for years, maybe even, to make your business a true business where it wasn't just a hobby, it's not just a little bit of extra income, but you're really trying to push and make it a full-time gig for you, right? Like it is your thing and it's the only thing you do. And for those of you that like that's your category, man, welcome aboard the life of an entrepreneur because it is a lot of up and down and all around, and but that's okay. That's part of the journey, part of the learning process. As long as you keep a positive attitude and you're learning along the way, you look at everything that you have done and how far you've come and learn to celebrate small things. I mean, that's like really, really big, is learning to celebrate the small things along the way. Um, Part of what I do, I'm not part. So what I do as a business coach is I really help you from end to end get your business started. So if it is just in the idea stage, if you haven't even started, you haven't filed anything with your state, you haven't done anything, like, I'm going to take care of you. We're going to make sure that you set up your business properly. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a tax accountant, but I'm definitely going to make sure that you're asking the right questions and headed in the right direction with what you need to do. Also, I'm going to help you really set and establish strong foundations for your business. Those foundations that stand the test of time. And what I mean by that is within with let me start here. Just let me talk about what's covered. This is Q&A about lead, and my dog is getting a little jealous right now. He came in like wanting to play, and so now he is walked away all sad because I didn't stop to play with him. But it's kind of like a 2-year old when you get on the phone. As soon as I start talking on a video, he wants to play. Same thing happens when I get on the phone. But just to start out, like I said, let me start with what is LEAD. So LEAD is a 6-month group coaching experience for women entrepreneurs who are really wanting to set those strong foundations and build a business that is driven by God. And that doesn't mean that you're preaching from your business platform. It's what's happening in the background. It's what's going on in your heart. It's how you're making decisions in your business. So it really is that back end part of what are you doing with God, not how much of God is out in front of the world. Um, but let me just talk about real quick what's covered in LEAD. What do we do? What are you going to do when you sign up for LEAD? One, you're going to establish a strong and very vivid vision for your business. This isn't just a mission statement, or even just a vision statement. This is a whole vision for not just your business, but your life. What do you want out of life as well? And so you're going to build that really strong business vision and life vision so that you know what your goals are, and then you're going to set goals. You kind of establish like that vision you want for it, and those long-term goals. But those long-term goals a lot of times can be really daunting. They can be overwhelming. So we break it down and we bring it into smaller short-term goals that make it more achievable and easier to comprehend and see it actually come to fruition. Then you're going to also work on and develop a very strong and clear vision of who your ideal client is. Who is it that you really want to work with? Who are you meant to work with? We're going to do some work with Holy Spirit and figure out who that is, and then develop a very clear picture of who your ideal client is so that you can really ensure that your marketing message is on point. You know that you're addressing your ideal client's problems, their struggles, and you're talking to them in a way that attracts them to you because they realize you know what their problem is and you know how to solve it. They figured out from your messaging, because of how you've addressed it and that how clear you are, they know that you can help them. Then you're going to develop your personal brand. Now, this is my flagship program, Branding is Personal, and we're wrapping it up into this because I can't leave it out. So it is definitely part of the 6-month program. In Branding is Personal, you define a very unique personal brand for you. People want to do business with people. They don't want to do business with a logo. They don't want to do business with just a company name. Like, they really want to know you. Who are they doing business with? I think 20 years ago, like when I first had my very first business that wasn't a network marketing business, I was selling some home decor items online before like Facebook and Pinterest, and before any of that existed or that I knew it existed. And in that business, one of the things that like at that time you wanted to look big. You weren't, it wasn't normal to have a solopreneur necessarily, to have these smaller businesses making a huge impact from their home. And I was working at home and I had this side gig business. Um, and but at that time, like, you wanted to appear big. And so it was just a logo, it was just a company name, it was just you didn't, there was no mention of me, there was no, it was a lot of the descriptions and the about me and stuff was we, because we needed to look big. Well, that's not the case anymore. And so now you're going to build a personal brand within Lead that is so authentically you, that without a doubt, like, you're showing up as you. You don't have to be any false version of you. You don't have to be anything that you're not. You are you, and that's what your customers want. It's going to help attract your ideal customers because you're being you, and they learn to like you, and they learn to trust you, and they decide they want to do business with you. And then as you show up for them in that same way after they have purchased the product from you, and they realize that, like, oh, the person I see here is the same person I see after I've purchased, then that builds loyalty and they come back again and again. And so there's so much more to that. I really can't get into it here. There's so much more to that, but it's really building your personal brand. It's just so important. It's like the core. It's the core philosophy of my business is building that personal brand, but everything else is needed too. So then you've got to figure out, what is your signature system? What is that thing you're going to do for your clients once you have them? So whether you're a health coach or you have a product to sell, a physical product to sell, you're in network marketing, and you have somebody else's product that you're selling, or whatever your business is, whatever that may be, every business needs systems. And I know that sounds kind of boring, but for me, my system is like, it has developed into what I've done with my private clients as my signature system is this program. I'm just bringing it to you as a group. So my system is each one of these modules, and stepping through each module. It's become my course. And that might be the case for you as well. If you have more of a network marketing business and you're more customer based, or even if you're building a team, it may be that the systems you develop, or what does it look like to onboard a new customer? What does it look like to onboard a new team member? And what is that process you want to take that customer through? Also in network marketing, I think it's really important. I'm a network marketer still, but it's not my main thing. That's become my side thing. But it is one of those things where kind of diversifying your income is wise, and having multiple streams of income is very wise. And so that's why I still do network marketing, is that multiple streams of income. But when you're building a network marketing business, you've got to be you, and that's when it's really important. Back to that personal brand, when you know that there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people selling the same product that you do. And really, it's the same thing in a business like mine, as a coaching business. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of people out there who are business coaches. But developing that personal brand is what sets me apart. It identifies my unique brilliance and my unique genius that I bring to the market that's different. And so that's what we're going to develop as well within your program, your course, your coaching steps, whether that's coaching clients, coaching team members, whatever that might be. We're going to develop that process. And like I said, with diversifying and having multiple streams of income, hey, you can put together an ebook as a network marketer that doesn't directly sell the product that you have, but supports it in some way. It's like the lifestyle that goes around the product, and that's what you're supporting. So, all kinds of opportunities there. Then, then we're going to pull together what are your packages. So, when you've got your program, you've got your coaching. What are those packages, and then how are you pricing them? We're going to cover that in detail and make sure that you are pricing yourself in a way that that lends to. Thank you, Charlie. That's not what I need you doing in here right now. Please give me that. Thank you. Um, always trying to get my attention when I'm not giving it to him. Anyway, we're going to deal with packages and pricing. We're going to make sure that you put together packages that sell that are easy to understand, and then prices that go along with that don't undercut your time in there, that really envelop and represent the value of what your customer will get when they get this program from you. Then, man, this is probably one of the biggest things that we're going to do, and that is blast through mindset blocks and just learn how to hear clearly from the Holy Spirit and let the Holy Spirit guide your business. When you are confused about anything, sit. When you're confused about anything, when you're not sure what the next step is, when there's 10, 20 different things that you could be doing in a day, what am I supposed to do today? We're going to work really hard on making sure we stay focused. We're working on the right things at the right time, and so that you're not getting ahead of yourself. That leads to, we are going to work through, and I'm going to teach you how to promote yourself in the right way that gets you the most exposure without having to spend a whole lot of money on ads and advertising and all of that. There are so many ways that you can get in front of people about what it is you do and not have to have, yes, hello, and not have to spend a whole lot of money. And so that is in there. And then, of course, the part that everybody wants to skip to, which is they build it and sell it. So we cover you're getting your website up. This is not a website building course, but we definitely cover the basics of that and can help you through and troubleshoot along the way as you're building your website. Or you may choose to source that out. Up to you. We'll cover, free downloads. What is it? Why do you need an email list? All of the tech sides of all of the tech, you name it, building your courses, the technical aspect of building your courses and building the workbooks and the manuals that go along with it and all of that. We cover it all. So that's kind of the high level, big overview of what is included in LEAD, what we do in LEAD. And so now, I just want to address some of the common questions that I have gotten as I've talked to people about the program. First, is this for me? I talked about this a little bit already, but if you have a business idea, you're not sure where to start, but you know that God has put this dream in your heart for business and that you're supposed to start a business, then this is for you, because we can take you from that ground level. I don't have a single thing in place. I don't even know where to begin, but I know I've got this idea. We will walk through that. I will help you through that. If you've been in business for a few years and you've kind of capped out, you've gotten to where you've hit this ceiling and you just can't go further, and you feel like you're doing all the right things, but there's just this ceiling. You can't get it going. Like, I don't know how else to express it other than just like, I know I'm doing it all, but what's missing, right? This is for you as well, because there are going to be things that you will learn in here that will revive some of and change how you look at your business, and will also have just new ideas, things that you maybe haven't considered as even an option in your business as a way to grow it. And then also, this is for you as well if you're in network marketing. Like I mentioned, if you are growing your business in network marketing and you are bringing in clients, you're wanting to add some additional streams of income to that by splitting off a little bit where it's related but not just product based, and um, building a business around the lifestyle of that product. We're gonna help you with that too. I will. I'm using we, and I shouldn't be using we. I'm going to help you with that. I'm going to help coach you through that. And I guess when I think about we, I think about just that mastermind concept of having a group of women who are all working towards a similar goal of growing a business, or the same goal of growing a business, even if the businesses that you all are working on and building are totally different. There's just something about having that same mindset of growing a business and building a business and building a life that is everything that you want it to be, and how we can collaborate and work together to make that happen. You know, getting ideas from different points of view. And that's been probably one of the biggest things that has grown my business, is being involved in a group coaching program where I've got my coach, and I've also got this other group of just amazing women who, they're not afraid to share their ideas. They're not afraid. There's like no fear that if Sally shares her idea with me and we have similar audiences, there's like no fear that I'm going to take her customers, because she's different. She's a different person, and different people are going to be attracted to do business with her. And so there's no worry about that. And that's one of the beautiful things of a group like this, is that you're all working for the same, towards the same goal. You're going to get a different level of support when you work alongside a group of other women who are building businesses than you will by talking to your best friend or your mom or your husband or any of that, your kids, whoever it is you pass those ideas by. um, it's just different when everybody is in that business mindset. And so this is definitely for you, like I said, if you are just getting started, or you've been in business for a few years and you feel like you're spinning your wheels and you're not getting anywhere, or you have clients, you have customers, but you've hit a cap, you've hit like a plateau, and you just can't seem to figure out, how do I add on to this mountain I want to build so that I can get to the top. And then the network marketing. I think I covered that. You're growing a business, you're growing a customer base, and you need to be able to diversify some, or just be able to communicate better. I did, to me, even in network marketing, I think that was the one piece for me in my 20 plus years of being in network marketing, that was missing, was in training. I say, missing in the training that I got from the companies, was really, that idea that I needed to define my own ideal customer. Everybody was not my customer. From a corporate standpoint, everybody could be their customer. But for me personally, I needed to hone in and decide who was my customer. And that was something that I think was missing, from that really changes your point of view when you think about it. Okay, so that was is this for me? That was the first question. The next question was, Stephanie, you talk an awful lot about God when you're on video, when you're on coaching calls with people or doing Q&A, doing Facebook Lives. God comes up a lot. Am I gonna have to do that? What if I'm not comfortable with that? So let me just say this. Yes, it's hard for me to have a conversation. Not like every conversation. I can decide on dinner without consulting God, but it's hard for me to have a conversation, especially one that delves into running my business, or getting over some blocks in your business. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about God. I'm going to be talking about the Holy Spirit. I am very, what I would say, like, faith forward, with my business. I talk about it on my website. I talk about it in my videos, all of that. That does not mean that that has to be you. When I talk about creating a God-driven business, I am, what I'm talking about is, how are you? Who's leading you as the business owner? Are you leading and making all the decisions and leaving it up to you and being very independent, or are you trusting God? Are you asking God for input? Are you letting him lead you in your business? And it takes practice. It really does, which is why that's a component, is, hearing the Holy Spirit and hearing God's words for you is part of this course, because you've got to practice it. It takes practice. Some people kind of, it comes more naturally, or maybe naturally is not the word. I don't think naturally is the word, because I think that there are just certain things and beliefs and blocks that will keep you from hearing the Holy Spirit clearly. And there are ways to train your brain and train your spirit to be open to hearing. So we cover that. Actually, that's module 2. So is how to do that. But all of that to say, when I'm talking about building a God-driven business, I'm talking about you and who is driving you in the business. Are you driving you, or are you letting God drive you? And whether or not that comes out in the words that you speak when you go on video or write your blog posts or create your programs, that's not relevant. I guess that's not what I'm after. That is your personal decision, and that's between you and God, of how much of that needs to be out there, because there's so much of your Christian walk that is just in living life and the example that you create. And you don't even have to mention his name for people to sometimes know, like, you're a Christ follower. That there's like no doubt, right? There's something different about you. So know that I will not be pushing you to be faith forward in that way. That is totally up to you. The next one, is it really going to take 6 months for me to make my business? Well, I can't really answer that 100% without a doubt, because some take longer than others and some are faster than others. It really depends on so many factors that I can't say for certain if it's going to take you 1 month, 6 months, a year. And I know you don't want to hear that. What I can promise you is that in this 6 months, you will build the foundations that set you up for long-term success. Because I'm not trying to build you a business that gets you short-term wins and burns you out, and 2 years from now you can't keep up because you can't keep that pace, and you decide, you know what, the business just isn't worth it. I don't care if God gave me this dream, I'm wearing myself out. I have no energy. I don't like my customers. I don't want to do this anymore. That's not where I want you to be. I want you to build a business that is sustainable over time, that refreshes you, plays on your strengths, not your weaknesses. We don't have to make up for those weaknesses. We'll find a way. You don't have to personally make up. Like, you don't have to all of a sudden become good at accounting and finance if you're not. There are things we can do that can make up, because you got to keep up with business expenses. Obviously, you've got to keep up with that. You've got to know whether you're making a profit or not. But there are other people who are really good at it, and we learn from them and we use their tools, and that helps you then not have to be good at it. And it's okay that you're not good at it. There are several things that I am not good at and that I hire out because I'm not good at it, or I still need some improvement. I might get better over time, but I still need some improvement. So just know that your success is dependent on your own progress. And if you're working full time while you're going through lead, then it's probably going to take you longer because you have less time. But if you're all in, you may probably knock stuff out and get a whole lot done within one work day. And so I really can't promise you on that one, but just know that I'm here for you every step of the way. The other gals in the group will be too, and We're going to do everything we can to help you. We can't drag you along. We can't pull you along. We can't make things happen if you're not willing to. But we as a group in Lead will be there for you. And me as your coach, I will be there for you to help you along. The next question is one that I got of, well, I looked at all the modules and I can see that I really need like the last three. Like I feel like I'm okay on these others, but I really need the last three. Can I just skip to those? That kind of goes back to the previous question of burnout. You can skip to them, but you're going to spin your wheels and waste a whole lot of time if you don't have the right foundations and things in place before you head to the build it and sell it, package it and price it. You've got to have a lot of that pre-work done, and it feels like sometimes like, how is this going to help my business? But trust me, trust the process, because it is what's going to build the strong foundations, those firm. You want your business built on the rock, not on the sandy ground that washes away with the storm. You want it built on the rock, and so that is where starting at the beginning is key. All right. And so then let's see, next question, which of course is, how much does it cost? So for the 6-month group coaching, it's $19.97, and you can do that as a one payment, or you can do a $500 deposit, and then that $19.97 is stretched out over 6 months. If you need to split it out into payments. If you want more one-on-one time with me, that $19.97 is just the group program. There's group calls weekly. We have the Facebook group to interact in. You've got the course to follow along with. You can get tons out of just that. But if you feel like you need more one-on-one support, then you can definitely upgrade to the VIP. That's something that we can talk about that is something that we can talk about after you do your application, after you submit your application. Then we'll set up a call, and this is whether you're doing the $19.97 or you're going to do the VIP. You apply, and then we set up a call, and just on that call we'll really talk through and figure out which level, which package is going to be best for you in where you are in your business and what your goals are, what you're trying to achieve. But you can always just know that like you're going to apply, and we're going to have that conversation. So you don't have to decide that like tonight, right now, unless you want to talk tonight because you're ready to apply. If you submit your application, go for it. empoweredcreativitycoach.com/lead. Click on apply now, fill out the application. I know it's kind of late. It's almost, it is 8:00. But if you want to talk tonight, like put that in your application. Can we talk tonight? Because I know that, or can we talk over the weekend? I don't remember if I have time. I think I have times available on the calendar for over the weekend. I want to be here for you. I want to help you get in quick if that's what you need. If you're ready, like, let's do it, right? So I don't think there are any questions. I'm not seeing any questions in the chat. Hopefully I have covered your questions, even if you didn't send it to me ahead of time. Hopefully that I've covered what you need. So if you have any other questions, please feel free, drop the question below in the comments, or send me an email at steph@empoweredcreativitycoach.com, or just go ahead and apply, because there's no obligation in applying for Lead. If you think you're interested in it, go ahead, fill out the application. Let's have a conversation, and then you can make the decision if Lead is going to be right for you and right for you in this moment. Thank you so much for your time. For those of you who hopped on and hopped off, and if you're watching this in the replay, definitely let me know. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'm here for you. So I hope that you do choose to join Lead. We're going to have a blast building our businesses together as a team, a very like an unofficial team. but we're gonna be a team. We're gonna be cheering each other on. We're gonna be helping each other through hard times, and we're all gonna be helping each other improve as we build our website, as we build our programs. That's what that mastermind part of being in a group coaching program does for you. So um, please go apply. Like I said, there's no obligation to apply. We can have the conversation and then you can decide if lead would be right for you. So apply at empoweredcreativitycoach.com/lead.